will be presenting our school. And first off, we'll start with history of Mozaika as a school and as a kindergarten.
So, Mozaika was founded in the year 2010. First, there were only workshops for parents with children, but then, in the year 2011, Mozaika started as a kindergarten, and that's when Mia and I met. It's 10 years since then, and now we are finishing our last year here together. Kindergarten was in 2+1, which we are in right now, buildings in general. Mozaika was created when we were 4, so our school age came really fast.
In year of 2013, Mozaika wasn't just a kindergarten anymore, but also a school. It wasn't a big school at all. We were 8 students there, from 1st to 3rd grade. But we are really happy, since all of us are really good friends till now. The first school building was in Kunice, near Prague. We were there for about half a year, and then we moved across street to a gym dressing room. It was a really small place for school, but still we are only 9 students. We were there for another half a year, and then we moved again, this time to a different town, but still near Prague, called Studenti. Here you can see the blue ones are where we were with school. It was a family house with store down the stairs, and also it was a first school building including garden.
We were there for a whole year, and then we moved again, but for the last time here to Mnichovice, to a building that used to be a hotel with big garden and a pond. Few weeks ago, we bought the school building with the whole garden, from which we, as a student group, got the pond and the surrounding area.
We moved here as a school and as a kindergarten. In the time we moved there, we were in the 3rd grade, so we had many years to go. Ever since we are here, school is only growing bigger and bigger. But now for the student program.
It started 4 years ago in the year of 2017. With just 3 students, and for a few months 1 more girl from Germany. The start wasn't easy at all, but the group was growing larger, so it was easier to manage our responsibilities. When we came to the student group, there was 11 of us, and it was the 3rd year of the program. And now, 2 years later, our group counts 17 students, which is the biggest as we can get because our school building capacity.
Also, now there are still 7 of us that are here from the very beginning of Mozaika as a school.
Boarding school. Why do we live in school? We can fully cooperate in a group of students. We have fun in the afternoon, and we enjoy being independent. In a group, we also have the opportunity to enforce our opinion. For example, when something happens in a room where we sleep, or if we have a problem, we learn how to solve it.
Thanks to sleeping in the school, the rating evening focus more on learning and connecting with the teams. We will learning to communication with the people. We live in the school to learn responsibility and cleaning out of rooms, as well as to students' environment.
At the beginning of the year, we agreed together who we want to share the bedroom. We sleep at school every week from Monday to Thursday or Friday afternoon. Most of us return home Thursday afternoon. On Friday, we come back to school where we study, and after lunch, we clean up until the afternoon.
We have in the rooms 2 beds, 2 tables, 2 chairs, lamp, and cabinet.
What we have in bathroom: toilet, shower, sink, mirror.
How we make money? We make money by accommodating people. We rent them our hotel rooms. We have a manager of accommodation management who helps us a lot, because we accommodate people who contact the manager first.
Why are hosts accommodate here? They have a manager of accommodating management who helps us a lot. Now, they sleep here because several events are held in our school and also to see how we work.
bed construction. We built our own bed in the rooms.
School is location in Europe, in the Czech Republic. We are located in Mnichovice, near Prague.
Meeting. We have 2 meetings a week, Monday and Thursday. We use the meeting to share important information with everyone. We make things better, and we even make new rules if someone goes wrong, or we can also make group decisions. We solve problems of the all week group. If managers want to say something, they can say it for all of us. For example, if the manager of the cash wants to say, we don't have much money, he can say it on the meeting and try to solve it. We appraise people when they help someone with something they didn't have to. So then we can say it on the meeting and make them happy. 2 main rules in the meeting. The first is the head of the meeting. The head of the meeting leads the meeting and makes sure there is no blaming or fights. He's giving the permission to speak up, and also he's the one who has the power to start and also to end the meeting. The second is the minute taker. His duty is to write everything important into a computer from the meeting that needs to be written and memorized, like who is missing, what's needed to do, what we have forgotten to do, what will happen, and so on. We change the rules every month. That can try everybody.
The briefing / the big meeting. The briefing is a meeting that's happening every day. What is the difference between the briefing and the meeting? The difference is that there is no head of the meeting and no minute taker. There are just students and teachers. We discuss about news and updates. Briefing starts at 8 and ends at 8 and 10 minutes. The meeting takes place in the studio room, where we also learn, and the meeting position is kind of a circle. Meeting time and what we do. Usually on Monday, we decide what we need to do for the whole week. For example, plan the way to the glass factory. On Thursday, we say what we did and didn't do, and what is needed to be done for another week. The meeting on Monday starts at 8:30 and ends at 8:35. A meeting on Thursday starts at 12:45 and ends at 30:30. We have the meeting. Why we have the meeting? The meeting helps holding the group together. If we didn't have the meeting, we will all be unorganized and everything would be harder for all of us.
The managers and management areas. The post managers and management areas are an easy way for us to take care of our students group, its necessities, our school, and its surroundings. It helps keep everything organized so that there is no confusion and no arguments while making important decisions and organizing also important events that have something to do with the management area. But what is a management area? A management area is a group that mostly contains of 2 people, aka the post managers, who take care of and make decisions about something, like, for example, bees, the garden, or our money till. They don't just take care for their management area, but they also try to upgrade it as best as they can. Like again, for example, not paying people with cash, but getting a debit card, opening a bank account, and making payment easier. When you become a post manager of some area, you usually are its manager for at least half a year. We have 9 management areas in total, and they are:
Non-profit organization. Manager has the duty to organize membership meetings, monitors deadlines of meetings and payment, communicates with the money till about the status of the bank account. Thanks to the bank account, we now have debit cards and don't need to pay with cash anymore and buy things online with no problem. Cooking. They look after our kitchen and check if the kitchen is well equipped and decide which recipes not to cook anymore. They determine the price of the payment for the food. Accountancy. The managers have a very responsible task. They have to keep track of the money and if somebody paid with the students' money, for example, the food or something for our classroom. If we buy something, they keep the record of the receipts. Accommodation. They check emails from people if somebody wants to stay in our hotel. The managers have to communicate with our guests and prepare the rooms for them. Housekeeping. Managers keep our inside environment ready to use and that there is nothing broken. They also buy cleaning products, papers, and textbooks. Simply, they make sure if there is enough of everything. Events. This manager is a new post for us. Their job is when we have some events where we need to cook or if we need to prepare something like emails. So we don't argue about who is going to do that. At the events, the manager will take over the leadership and assign people what to do. We also have hens, bees, and garden. These management areas will be described in the next part.
And then we have the duties list. The duties list is a list of chores that need to be done, such as cooking, shopping for ingredients, cleaning, feeding the hens, etc. Simple chores that shouldn't be too complicated, or at least simple enough to be easily mastered. In the beginning of every month, each and every one of us draws out a few chores at random, and then he or she completes them till the end of the month. The duties list and the management areas are two kind of similar but also very different things. They both help us take care of our school, its surroundings, and the animals we keep here. But where the duties list tells us what simple, mostly physical, but nonetheless important jobs we have to do so that there is no havoc while doing the chores that need to be done, the managers not only take care of their management area, but they also make important decisions about it. They plan for the future and think about how to make it better and how it would help our students group either now or in the future. And when the time for them to become managers of something else comes, they teach the new managers how to take care of their old management area. This way of taking care of our school helps us become more independent, more able to take care for ourselves. It also helps us be more capable to make good and important decisions in life.
We have three managers taking care of our garden: the garden manager, the bee manager, and the hen manager. The garden manager decides what we plant, when we go harvest, and what do we do with our harvested vegetables or fruits. This gives us the opportunity to get used to not wasting vegetables. The bee manager takes care of our bees, feed them, bottle our honey, and make sure that the bee colony has no infection or a disease. We have the bees for 5 years now, but we don't make honey yet because our first bee colony had an infection, so the queen died and the whole colony too. This year we have a new bee colony, and so we will start bottling honey next year. The hen manager feeds our hens, keeps them in good health condition, cleans their hen house, and hatches new chicks. We were happy when our chicks hatched. We made sure that the chicks are happy and safe. In case of a disease or an infection, they take the hens to the vet, and thanks to our hens, we have our eggs and we can learn how to take care of them on a daily basis. We also grow vegetables like fruits, pumpkins, onions, and fruits like apples, walnuts, strawberries, and currant. We make apple juice if we have enough apples for it. We also use some of our vegetables or fruits to make our own salad or an apple pie. We also have a greenhouse where we grow tomatoes, radish, and eggplant. If our vegetables get old and are not good for eating them, then we put them into the compost, and when the composting is done after a while, we put it back to the other plants as a nutrition so they grow fast and healthy. We also have a pond with fish. The pond is in our Japanese garden, which we like to walk around, and we also like to use our boat. When the pond freezes in the winter, we like to ice skate on it or play hockey. Parents of the children in our school, kindergarten, and the student program can come. our friends can come to. In the back of our garden, we have a workshop where we store, for example, sugar for the bees, our beekeeping suits, hand food, and gardening tools like shovels, hoes, etc. When we want to grill marshmallows, meat, cheese, or a sausage, we use our freshly renewed fireplace to do it. We can also play sports like table tennis, badminton, football, and dodgeball in our garden. Next to our school, we have 2 bins that are for the project Planeta našim dětem. These are not usual bins. These are for filling materials. We invite our neighbors to put some in there. And when the bins are full, we inform companies that are in the project so that they can use them for packages they send. So they don't waste plastic. It's ecological and good for the environment. And we also get some recognition. Recently, we have bought the plot of our school from the owner. That gives us the opportunity to choose what we will do with our garden, like building a new hen house.
Food and care for your own environment. Why do we do it? We are proud of ourselves when we do something important like cooking. But that doesn't mean that we always make the perfect food. Sometimes we mess up. But that is why we are here, to learn from our mistakes and next time do it better. What does it bring us? Independence. We will be able to cook and clean for ourselves. We have responsibility for what and if we eat. Cooperation. For example, the person preparing the menu must consult with the garden manager what has grown and what must be eaten.
Food. Breakfast starts at 7:30 a.m. and is prepared from 7:15 a.m. instead of doing the warm-up with the others. Dinner starts at 6 p.m. 2 people always cook for the group. After dinner, they clean and wash all the dishes. During the week, 2 people are responsible to come up with a menu for the upcoming week, dinner and snacks. Every Friday, we order ingredients for food, which we will cook the next week. The ingredients are delivered on Monday morning. We bake our homemade muesli and bread for breakfast. When we bake pies for snack, it is fun. You should do it with friends and talk together. Caring for our own environment. We clean our environment, 2 classes, kitchen, and rooms. The group of students takes care of our garden and pond. During the week, we sleep at school and work in the garden if needed. We don't only care for our environment, but we also care for the people around us. For example, we help with the parish charity and etc.
We have some given regime here when, what, and how to do. We get up at 7 in the morning, and at 7:15 everyone has to be down and the warm-up starts. At 7:30 it is breakfast. After breakfast we start the so-called baby meeting, which means that we will all meet and say what needs to be done or what awaits us today. Then work cycle begins. During the work cycle, we can work in the garden or we work on manager areas or on our projects. We have a work cycle until 11:30, and then we go to clean the rooms where we sleep, and those who prepare lunch go to prepare it. At 12, it is lunchtime. After lunch, we have a second work cycle. It takes until 3:30. At 3:30 p.m., we have a snack. After snack, we go out and we play games like dodgeball, and then we work in the garden. In the garden, we take care of hens, plants, and plot of land. The students in charge prepare dinner. We have dinner at 6 p.m. In the evening, we study or, for example, watch a movie. At 9 p.m., we have evening quiet time, which means that everyone is already in their rooms and ready to go to bed. And at 10 p.m., we go to sleep. Thank you for your time.